I remember being with you, Christian. I think it was the front part of 2020, and with just a group of guys with Brad Lomenick. And I remember you sharing, I'm terrified of what might come out of me if I was really, really honest about where I am. And I just remember that hitting me so hard. Kind of looking back, Christian, and even hearing me say that, what is there any feelings that come to mind with that, of just like, this is what I was feeling at that point? And then why I'm asking the question is, I gotta believe there's a whole bunch of people listening right now who have been at that same place, maybe as we speak, where it's like, I'm terrified what I might say if I'm honest about where I am. And so again, don't feel any pressure to respond to that.
Yeah. Well, I think, Adam, the lie that I believed was that the lie that I believed is that if I really opened up about what was going on, the people in my life would, they wouldn't understand, or there would be judgment or shame, or I would be isolated. Nobody would get it.
Yeah.
Those are the lies that I believed for a long time. And then compound that with the images and the videos you see of everybody on social media all the time. Everything's great. Everything's thriving. Everything's beautiful. And so you kind of start to believe, I think I might be actually be the only one. Or everyone's doing a really good job of just hiding it, which some of that might be true. But the thing that really broke me open, Adam, in this process of healing was when I finally understood that the people who loved me actually loved me. They loved me for me. And I had all the people in my life that are still my closest people, my parents, my wife, my friends, Louie and Shelley, all those people who I would have called my closest friends or family, they all responded with the same thing. They all said, there's nothing you could tell me that would make me stop loving you. There's nothing that you could do that would make me stop loving you. Now, that doesn't mean that it wasn't hard and there wasn't fallout and there's not still work to be done, but they didn't leave. They didn't run. They said, I'm here, I'm with you. And I think that's one of the lies that hell wants us to believe, is that if we open up about what's really going on, that the people in our lives will cut ties and run. And, I can't say with 100% certainty that's not going to happen, but I can say for me, what I found out is that I had listened to that lie for way too long. And when I finally opened up and let these people in, that was when the healing began. So now, it's funny. I look back now and I think some of the things I'm so scared of now are the things that I love the most. It's the thing that I can't live without. Being honest with the people in my life, getting down to like the real talk with my tight group of guys and going, hey, I want you to know everything. These are things that I would have never done a few years ago. And now I'm like, if we're not doing that, I start to get itchy. I'm like, I gotta let the light hit stuff. So, yeah, it's been quite a journey from that time when we first met in Colorado. And again, grateful to be here now. So,
no, it is crazy, like how you just yearn for it. Once you like taste what it feels like to be just so honest with people that just love you. When even the other week, it was funny. Me and one of my best friends, I called him one day because I was going through just stuff, grief-wise, whatever. And then the next day, he called me early in the morning. He's like, "Hey, can you just pray for me? Like, because I'm just struggling right now." And I'm like, "Well, you just did me yesterday, so obviously I'm going to listen to you." But it's just
I'm going to reciprocate.
It becomes such a gift to somebody who maybe is at that place that you were at. Whatever it is, it might not be even an addiction. What would you say to that person of like, man, to that person who's basically scared of what they might say if they were honest about where they're at?
Man, I would encourage people to cross that line and talk to somebody. For me, it was finding those. I have two guys in my life, so it's not like 5, 6, 7 people.
Yeah.
It's two guys in my life that I know. I love them. They love me. I trust them. They trust me. It is a safe place. And those two guys were the first two guys that I went to and I talked to. And those two guys are still, to this day, my two closest friends. And so I think my encouragement would be find that one person or those two people that you can go to and go, hey, this is probably going to get a little messy if I share this.
Yeah.
Or there's going to be some work involved, but I'm ready to take the step and tell you what's really going on. And then be willing to do the work on the other side of that conversation. Because after that initial conversation that I had with my wife and those two friends, that started. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but what had started was a long process of deep work that God wanted to do, and our community was a part of too. So I would just encourage people to find those people and take that step. It could save your life.